We like to think of technological innovation as a gradual, steady, and predictable climb. A world that begins with primitive hunter-gatherers and then slowly rises through agriculture, kingdoms, and finally into the modern technological age. This version of history has been repeated for so long that it no longer feels like a theory. It feels like the unquestionable truth. But this is not how history always appears inside the oldest surviving texts on Earth. Before modern science ever existed, ancient civilizations were already writing about things that should not have belonged in their world. From temple carvings that show flying machines to manuscripts describing weapons capable of turning night into day and cities into ash, these ancient texts describe technologies that sound disturbingly modern. So, did ancient people know something we still do not understand? Did these texts describe mythology, or the shattered memories of a forgotten advanced world? And why were so many of these ancient records buried, burned, or erased from history forever? The Dendera light bulb. Ancient Egypt is usually remembered through pyramids, royal tombs, sacred temples, mummies wrapped in gold-lined chambers, and colossal monuments standing beneath the desert sun. But hidden within the Temple of Hathor at Dendera, there's a series of carvings that has puzzled Egyptologists, engineers, and conspiracy experts for decades. Etched into the stone walls of the temple is a strange, elongated object that looks like a massive glass bulb. Inside, it appears a serpent-like figure stretching through the center, while priest-like figures stand beneath it, holding pillar-shaped structures that many experts believe resemble electrical insulators. To traditional Egyptologists, the scene represents spiritual symbolism connected to creation myths and divine energy. But to others, the resemblance is far too specific and similar to ignore, because to the modern eye, these carvings look pretty similar to oversized electric lamps. The mystery surrounding the so-called Dendera Light grew even larger after researchers noticed something strange about the inner chambers of several Egyptian temples. Despite being located deep underground with little natural light, many of the walls showed no traces of soot, smoke, or fire damage normally expected from torches or oil lamps. In fact, engineers who attempted to recreate ancient lighting methods inside these chambers found the process almost impossible due to poor ventilation and darkness deep within the structures. That discovery pushed some researchers toward a far more disturbing possibility. What if the Egyptians understood forms of electrical technology long before modern civilization discovered electricity? It's a possibility historians still refuse to fully confront. The ancient Greek manuscript of Lens. Long before telescopes transformed humanity's understanding of the universe, ancient Greece was already making mathematical theories and mechanical inventions so advanced that some historians still won't believe they actually did it. But buried beneath the ruins of Delos, experts found something far more unusual than philosophy or geometry. Hidden among collapsed stone chambers and fragmented scrolls was a damaged manuscript that appeared to describe the manipulation of light itself. Known today as Euclid's Optics, this document was written in Doric Greek and contained detailed explanations about using curved crystal surfaces to magnify distant objects. At first, scholars assumed the text was symbolic, another philosophical meditation on vision and perception. But the deeper translators examined the manuscript, the more technical the language became. References to polished crystal angles, focal distances, compound curvature, and multi-lens assemblies appeared throughout the scroll, alongside diagrams resembling cylindrical viewing tubes mounted toward the sky. One illustration showed what appeared to be a multi-lens optical device positioned on a tripod-like structure aimed directly toward the stars. That detail created a serious historical problem because the telescope was supposedly invented nearly 2,000 years later, during the 17th century. But Euclid's optics described principles of optics and magnification with remarkable precision centuries before Galileo ever observed the heavens. The mystery surrounding the manuscript deepened after it vanished from public circulation shortly after being presented to scholars in Athens during the early 20th century. Even researchers were ordered to stop publishing translations, and every photo of it was quietly removed from academic circulation. Rumors later emerged claiming the original manuscript had been transferred under military escort to a restricted facility under National Preservation Authority. So, the question is, why did they do this? Did ancient Greeks understand optical tech far beyond anything modern history allows? The Sumerian sky charts, thousands of years before AI, computerized astronomy, or telescopic imaging, the ancient Sumerians were already studying the night sky with an obsession that shaped nearly every part of their civilization. But among the ruins of the ancient city of Sippar, archaeologists discovered a clay tablet that transformed an ordinary archaeological discovery into one of history's most controversial astronomical mysteries. Covered in cuneiform symbols and circular mathematical divisions, the artifact known as Tablet K 8538 contains a detailed map of the heavens viewed directly from Earth. Many researchers believed it was purely ceremonial, another symbolic representation of divine cosmology common throughout the ancient world. But once historians and astronomers translated the markings, a far more bizarre picture began to emerge. The star positions aligned with real astronomical configurations, which is pretty insane. Planetary movements matched observable celestial mechanics. Even more alarming was the tablet's reference to a slow-moving dark wanderer existing beyond Saturn, a description many researchers compared to Pluto despite the planet remaining officially undiscovered until 1930. The tablet also contained corrections for retrograde planetary motion, calculations requiring levels of observational precision impossible without advanced optical tracking systems. Computational reconstructions later revealed the chart matched the night sky of a specific date in history, June 29, 2024 BC. That discovery forced experts into an uncomfortable question. How could an ancient civilization lacking telescopes, lenses, or modern instruments have made astronomical calculations with such accuracy thousands of years before modern science? Not long after those findings gained attention, access to the tablet became increasingly restricted. The officials removed all high-resolution images from public archives, which only fueled the growing suspicion surrounding the tablet even more. So, did the ancient Sumerians understand the cosmos thousands of years before science officially did? Or are we missing something? The Tulli Papyrus. During the 1930s, Alberto Tulli, former director of the Vatican Museum's Egyptian department, found a strange ancient papyrus while examining artifacts inside a Cairo antiquities collection. Unable to purchase the original document, Tulli copied the text by hand before it vanished from public view forever. That handwritten transcription later became known as the Tulli Papyrus, one of the most controversial Egyptian records ever discussed. The text described a terrifying event seen during the reign of Pharaoh Thutmose III around 1480 BCE. According to the story, huge fiery circles suddenly appeared above Egypt, glowing brighter than the sun while moving silently across the sky. The objects remained suspended overhead for several days before rising higher and disappearing toward the south. What made the account so disturbing was its tone. The text did not describe gods, omens, or mythology. It read like an official royal report written by scribes documenting something they could not explain. As interest surrounding the papyrus increased, strange problems followed behind it. The original document could never be located. Requests to search Vatican archives were repeatedly denied. Many notes linked to Tulli's research vanished after his death, but despite years of skepticism, the descriptions inside the papyrus continued matching later reports of unexplained aerial phenomena witnessed throughout human history. The Voynich Manuscript. Is it a lost language, a hidden code, or one of the greatest deceptions ever placed into human history? For more than 100 years, the Voynich Manuscript has remained one of the most feared and debated texts ever discovered, not because people ignored it, but because some of the greatest minds on earth studied it and walked away without answers. The manuscript first surfaced in 1912 after being discovered by rare book dealer Wilfrid Voynich inside the ancient Villa Mondragone near Rome. When he looked at it first, the book looked medieval, but the deeper scholars examined its pages, the weirder and scarier it became. This manuscript was written in a language that no civilization or culture has ever claimed. Every page was covered in strange symbols alongside illustrations of plants that do not exist anywhere on Earth. Some pages appear to show interconnected biological systems resembling organs, reproductive cycles, and fluid networks within the human body centuries before modern medicine fully mapped them. Other sections contain circular star charts and cosmic alignments, drawn with a precision that should have been impossible without advanced astronomical observation. So, how could a 15th century manuscript contain diagrams resembling biological and astronomical knowledge that humanity supposedly understood only hundreds of years later? That question pulled cryptographers, historians, military intelligence experts, and even artificial intelligence systems into one of the longest decoding attempts in modern history. During both world wars, professional codebreakers studied the manuscript, hoping to crack its language. But every attempt collapsed into confusion. Some people believed it was written by medieval alchemists hiding forbidden scientific knowledge from the church. Others claimed it was created by the famous philosopher Roger Bacon centuries ahead of his time. But one of the darkest theories came from ancient rumors that the book was not written by humans at all. According to legends surrounding this script, the strange language was devil-written, a forbidden script given through supernatural contact rather than human invention. Who wrote it, what it says, or why it exists at all still remains one of history's darkest and most disturbing unsolved mysteries. The Vedas, atomic hymn. More than 3,000 years ago, long before particle accelerators, quantum physics, or modern laboratories existed, the ancient sages of India were already describing reality in ways that sound insanely close to atomic science. Preserved within the Vedas and later expanded through the Upanishads were references to invisible particles called Anu and Paramanu, described as the smallest units of existence beyond ordinary human perception. According to these writings, everything in the universe was formed through combinations of these unseen particles interacting through forces and vibrations hidden beneath physical reality itself. Even weirder were passages describing existence as layers of frequency where sound, light, and matter move through different states of energy. Ancient Sanskrit texts referred to a primordial vibration called spanda, not as spiritual poetry, but as a literal force woven into the structure of creation. Modern readers later compared these descriptions to ideas resembling atomic fields, wave mechanics, and vibrational energy theories developed thousands of years later. When European scholars first translated these passages during the 19th century, many dismissed them as symbolic philosophy. But as modern physics advanced, some scientists quietly began revisiting the texts with growing discomfort. Because if these ancient hymns truly described concepts similar to atomic structure and energetic fields, then humanity's understanding of matter may not have begun in the modern age at all. It may have survived from something far older, preserved through memory, ritual, and oral tradition beneath the night skies of ancient India. The Book of Enoch's star maps. During the 18th century, Scottish explorer James Bruce returned from Ethiopia carrying several ancient manuscripts, including a nearly complete copy of the Book of Enoch, an ancient text many historians believed had disappeared forever. Written in the ancient Ge'ez language, the manuscript contained visions, prophecies and astronomical records that immediately disturbed European scholars. But among all its sections, one part stood above the rest in controversy: the Book of the Heavenly Luminaries. It doesn't describe the heavens through mythology alone, but the text documents the movement of the sun, moon, stars, seasons, and winds with strange mathematical precision. It described heavenly gates where the sun entered during solstices and equinoxes, alongside fixed celestial cycles that aligned surprisingly close to the actual solar year. Even stranger were passages describing wandering stars falling from the sky and becoming imprisoned beneath the earth, something many experts later linked to meteor impacts or unknown aerial phenomena witnessed in the ancient world. The deeper scholars studied the manuscript, the more uncomfortable its contents became. Several passages described beings descending from the heavens to teach humanity forbidden knowledge called the secrets of heaven, including astronomy, measurement, and the structure of the cosmos itself. And perhaps that explains why the Book of Enoch was excluded from mainstream religious canon for centuries, surviving only within isolated Ethiopian monasteries far from the rest of the world. The Nag Hammadi Scrolls. Sometime during 1945, near Nag Hammadi in Egypt, a farmer digging through the desert found a sealed jar hidden beneath the earth for about 2,000 years. Inside were 13 ancient codices wrapped in leather, texts so controversial that early religious authorities spent centuries trying to destroy every surviving copy. Written in the Coptic language, these forgotten texts described creation, consciousness, and the structure of reality in ways that sounded less like religion and more like something dangerously forbidden. One of the strangest texts among them was the Apocryphon of John, a manuscript claiming that the world humans experience is not the true reality at all. According to the text, humanity exists inside a false system constructed by entities called the archons, beings described as masters of deception, capable of shaping artificial worlds designed to keep human consciousness trapped and unaware. Beyond this false reality existed another realm entirely, a place the manuscripts referred to only as the invisible spirit. The language inside these scrolls feels unusually modern. They describe illusion layered over perception, counterfeit worlds mistaken for truth, and hidden forces manipulating awareness itself. Some passages even describe reality as a kind of controlled projection, an idea many researchers later compared to simulation theory and modern consciousness studies. And perhaps that explains why these writings vanished for centuries beneath the Egyptian desert. Because if the Nag Hammadi texts were describing reality instead of symbolically, then they were never religious manuscripts at all. They were instructions. Or maybe warnings? The Mayan Codices and Dendera symbols. Buried beneath the dense jungles of southern Mexico, the surviving Mayan Codices preserve some of the most advanced astronomical records ever built by the ancient world. The Dresden, Madrid, and Paris Codices contain calculations tracking eclipses, planetary alignments, lunar cycles, and celestial events with a level of mathematical precision that still confuses researchers today. But recent digital scans revealed something far more controversial hidden inside the artwork itself. Several pages of the Dresden Codex contain spiraling serpent-like forms twisting around central columns in patterns that closely resemble the modern double helix structure of Dendera. Alongside these images appear glyphs tied to creation, rebirth, and what Mayan texts described as the sacred weaving of life. Other illustrations show divine figures manipulating thread like strands extending between human forms, as if assembling or altering biological structures directly. Most historians dismissed the similarities as symbolic mythology or artistic coincidence. But the deeper experts examined Mayan cosmology, the stranger the parallels became. Ancient Maya believed humanity itself was written into existence through sacred codes, frequencies, and luminous strands woven by celestial beings known as the weavers of flesh. And hidden inside those surviving codices remains a disturbing possibility few historians are willing to discuss openly. What if the Maya were not imagining the hidden structure of life at all? What if they somehow understood it? What do you think about these ancient texts? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to give this video a like and hit that subscribe button. We'll see you very soon.